What up, family? Welcome to my writer's life. And today I just wanted to get on here and talk about being acknowledged as an artist. You know, when I reflect and think back to my beginning days as a writer, it was never important for me, or at least that's what I told myself, that it wasn't important for me to receive accolades or be acknowledged because that wasn't what was driving the story. That wasn't what was driving my intention and my passion and my hunger for telling the story, And one of the things that I'm thinking about today is that, when we put ourselves out there for publication or just querying an idea or pitching a story, there is something validating about having your work acknowledged and respected, especially if you're someone who's like truly doing the work. I mean, I'm not talking about people who just have like this luck and they meet the right people at the right time. I'm talking about people who have been doing the work and they are going at it tirelessly, and it seems as though they may not be getting the breaks that the other people who just because they know someone happened to get the opportunity. It hurts, rejection hurts. It's a blow to our ego, but I want to remember that it's not what drives the work, the art. And sometimes, this artist journey, this writer's life can be very lonely, can be very disappointing. And so when we have someone like this year, I won a Brio Award in fiction. That moment in my life, having won my first literary award, was a big deal because it made me feel like my peers read something that touched them, that they felt had value, that they believed should be something that is read by many. It felt good. It felt good to have that acknowledgement. And so all that to say that we can't stop. I think if we give into rejection and in believing that we're not getting any opportunities, that's poison that sits in our body. Have you ever looked at someone who has received something or is doing something that you only wish you were doing, and you find yourself not being happy for them? I think that's a wonderful opportunity to check in with yourself and really understand why that is. Why it is that we can't be happy for someone who is going for it and achieving all kinds of successes, And what is it that we're wishing happened for us? So that's my reflection, my diary for tonight. The nose can hurt, but I believe that for every no, there is a yes out there on its way. Because if I didn't believe that, then my work would have no value. Like if I believed that I was never going to have success as a writer, and by success I don't mean, you know, all these book awards. Like for me, success is completion. For me, success is finishing the book. Like for me, that moment is going to be everything. What happens after that is a whole nother step, is a whole nother journey, is a whole nother chapter. I'm certainly not writing with that intention. I'm writing because I know I have a beautiful story to tell about beautiful people who mean everything to me, and the work is a gift, a blessing, you know, in honor of my ancestors and my tribe and my history and my people and my country and the island of Hispaniola and all of that. And so we can feel the pain of rejection. We are always called to remember who we are. We are always called to remember who we are. Every once in a while, I read my memoir. Why do I read my memoir? Not because I don't know the story. I wrote it. I lived it, actually. It's a memoir. I lived all of it. But I read it to remind myself of all that I've been through and how I've gotten to this place today. And that wasn't with any acknowledgments from anyone. That was me doing the work. That was me showing up. That was me finishing it, even though it almost killed me. And so I pray that you find that fire inside you to finish it, yo. And not worry about how it's going to be received or if anyone's going to get it. Ready for some writing prompts? Yes or no, I will write it anyway because. Yes or no, I will write it anyway because I know this journey can be sometimes I just want to hear that. Sometimes I just want to hear that. I will remind myself every day that I and my intention. I will remind myself every day that I am someone who finishes things. I am someone who challenges myself, who pushes myself. I push myself to be better, to write harder, to stay longer, to show up. My intention is to put myself out there and release all control of the outcome. I wish that for me. I wish that for you. Good night, family.